Orpheus. An interesting choice for a screen name.
So you're familiar with the story?
No, actually I'm not.
Orpheus was a Greek poet and musician. His music could entrance. He descended into hell to rescue his wife, and his song won back her soul. But there was a condition: he couldn't look back as he led her out of the underworld, where she would be damned.
Let me guess. Things didn't work out.
He looked back, and she was taken away forever.
Excuse me. Lyndon here.
Richmond's Orpheus. The hooker ID'd him. We got him, Lyndon.
I'm with the councilman now. You headed over?
What? Yeah, I'm on my way right now.
My partner, he's en route. Orpheus sounds like the story of Lot in the Bible. His wife turned into a pillar of salt.
Warnings against looking back, maybe. Well, these stories all come from the same place, don't they?
Never seem to end well for the women.
They don't end well for anyone.
I'm leaving now, Councilman.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Son of a bitch.
Are you okay? Just hang back. I got this. What the hell happened?
He sent emails to Orpheus that came up in his computer. He knows we know.
Let's bring him in.
No, not yet. We gotta time directly to Rosie through Beau Soleil or to the casino that night, and then we break his alibi.
Campaign advisor. All right, I'll have Ray take another look at the phone records and tell the text to take another crack at the hooker site.
Yeah, and have a unit keep eyes on him in the meantime. Then meet me in Impound. I want to take another look at the campaign car.
All right.
Friday night, Richmond leaves the B&B in Tacoma. Trades his personal car for this one at the campaign parking lot. Takes the ferry to the casino to meet Rosie.
Why did he switch cars?
Maybe he knew what he was going to do. He was planning it.
So why did he switch to a car that could be traced back to the campaign?
Discretion. Anonymity. No one can see you, see inside.
What?
Tinted windows. He could do anything he wanted inside with her and not be recognized. Do we have gas records for this vehicle?
Yeah, campaign gave him up first day. Still got him.
Get them.
No, going inside's the best thing.
Bitch hasn't been herself. She didn't mean what she said. You should just talk to her. Smooth things over. Go upstairs, okay? The boys are waiting for you. Please.
Thanks. Get me out.
We're family, right?
got it. License plate 563TB0. When it was checked into the campaign parking lot, Wednesday, the tank was half full.
So?
It's nearly full now.
Meaning he filled it up. He must have stopped at a gas station on the way to the ferry or on the way back. He could have used a credit card to pay for the gas, and maybe a security camera got him on tape.
Putting him in this car on that night, not in Tacoma.
All right, gotta find a map. Find all the gas stations between campaign headquarters and the ferry. I'll get the unis to do a sweep, and I'll meet you at the station.
Your ma and Terry took the boys to the park. There you are, my Mitch. Such a beauty.
Where'd she get this?
In your old bedroom at the house. Rosie asked if she could keep these.
She found my scrapbook.
All your plans. You had so many. Rosie was so much like you.
Yeah, let me know when you find something.
Gas station camera striking out?
They just started to give him time. What about the hooker, Alina? She returned your calls yet?
Nah, she's gone in the wind. Man, this math ain't adding up. Car's odometer from the campaign parking lot, it read 45,304 miles. Now it's reading 45,420 miles. Yo, you listening?
What's your point?
From the campaign parking lot to the ferry, to the casino, back to Discovery Park. It's 20 miles round trip. According to the odometer, he drove 120 miles that night. It's 100 miles missing. Where'd he drive to?
Maybe he didn't take the ferry back to the park. Public figure. Running for mayor, you don't want to get stuck on a boat, nowhere to run.
Especially not with an underage girl in the trunk of your car.
So maybe he took a quiet drive where no one would see him, recognize him. The only other way to or from the casino is north, past city limits, over Desolation Bridge.
And that's the extra mileage.
There's a toll booth on the bridge. Requisition the camera footage from that night and the next morning.
Councilman, can you comment on reports that have surfaced about your alleged affairs?
Groundless allegations by a failing political campaign on its last legs, and I won't mention whose. And that's all I'll say about it, because today, we're actually here to celebrate a community victory. The reopening, citywide, of my Seattle All-Stars.
we just focus on trying to get through the day by that rally tonight?
Gwen, I was in a bad way after Lily died. It wasn't healthy, I admit it. But it stopped. And you and I started. Gwen, look at me. You know I'm telling you the truth.
They're waiting for you.
Now, you do realize that this man will most likely be Seattle's new mayor. So you need to tread cautiously, Detective. Not plunge headlong into some overwrought theory that can't be proven in the court of law.
We're requisitioning footage from State Highway Patrol for the cameras on Desolation Bridge. If you's in that car, we'll have proof.
Oh, just like the proof you had in the gas stations.
Me and Holder will go out and recanvass ourselves. The uni's probably missed something.
Well, good luck with that. And you let me know when you have some actual detective work you'd like to discuss.
Hi, Jack. I'm glad you're having a good time. That's great. What are you guys doing? Did he really? That sounds like fun.
Yo, check this out.
Have your dad call me when you're ready to come home. I'll pick you up. Okay. I love you. Bye. He is his father.
Hey, right on. But I mean, if you don't work out, Jack's always got me, so. Yeah, Richmond didn't always have to pay for it. He had freebies on the side. You notice something about Richmond's women? They all got brown hair, brown eyes, white pale skin. I mean, they're the same type. It's Rosie's type.
Yeah, he's got a thing for brunettes. Fetish for drowning them.
Yeah, Lena, she was the dry one. Could be one of these girls, too.
Mrs. Connell. Detective Linden, Holder, Seattle Police Department.
Like I told you on the phone, I have nothing to say to you people. The papers have absolutely no proof about Darren and I.
Damn, homeboy's gotta be packing some kind of punch, because none of you ladies are talking. Maybe he's paying you off.
I don't have to listen to this.
No, but I bet your husband will be all ears. Knowing his wife was making all kinds of late-night phone calls to her boss back in the day. 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Lots of business transactions during those hours, Meg. No one's asking you to lie.
Hey, if the truth hurts, you ain't living right.
Whatever it is you think Darren's done, you're wrong. He's a good man. Noble, generous. He has a deep sadness in him since his wife died. And that's when he and I became lovers. He's good at compartmentalizing his grief, his emotions, shutting off. I think that's what makes him a great leader. He doesn't let others see his wounds.
You're his campaign advisor. Why'd you leave? Did he frighten you, Meg, or hurt you?
No, it's ridiculous. I left because it hurt too much to stay. No, I've told you all I know. Just please go.
Oh, let me get that for you.
Thanks. It's like trying to steer a battleship. I'm sorry.
Hey, no, it's okay. Listen, miss, no matter how it seems, I can tell you that, baby, greatest thing can happen in your life.
How many kids do you have?
3. I've got 3 children.
Well, I bet you're a great dad.
Good luck. Miss.
You sure you didn't see a black sedan pull in here?
No, I told them other police I didn't see nothing like that.
Thanks very much.
Sure.
Thanks for your time. Any word on that toll booth footage yet?
No, I left 3 messages. After that wiretap business, I got a feeling I'm in the DA's no-fly zone.
So put in the wreck again in my name. Here's my info. It's badge number 903. Whenever you have a moment, I don't want to intrude on your little project there.
Yo, why don't you focus your beady little eyes on driving
Well, what
instead?
the hell are you doing anyway?
The math ain't adding up. That's why we keep striking out on this route. I mean, no one fills up a tank till it's empty, right? So what if Richmond didn't fill up after leaving the campaign parking lot? What if we got on the ferry, got to the casino, did his thing with Rosie, and then headed back into the city with her? You still following? Okay, so he can't go on the ferry back. So he goes over Desolation Bridge.
We already know this, Holden.
So the tank's half full, meaning it had 7 gallons of gas in it, and the campaign car gets 16 miles per gallon. What's so funny?
You trying to do math is kind of like a dog wearing a hat?
Listen, all right, so he's got enough gas to go from the campaign parking lot to the casino and over the bridge. That's a total of 110 miles, give or take. Meaning he would have been driving on fumes south of the bridge. That's when he filled up the tank. Not before.
And how does this help us?
There's a gas station on Lowell Street. It's about 5 miles from Discovery Park. It would have been right in his path.
Lowell Street's not on the list.
Yo, trust me, Linda. I got this.
Meg,
Oh, God, I didn't hear you coming in.
what are you doing here?
I wanted to talk to Darren, but he's not answering his phone. I thought he might be here.
Is there anything I can help you with?
The police question me. They seem adamant he's guilty of something, especially that female detective. They wanted to know about my relationship with Darren.
Well, his former indiscretions aren't relevant to where he is now.
Former.
You should leave.
Don't take it too hard, Gwen. You know him by now. No one can compete with the dead woman.
Sir? We're with the Seattle Police Department. I'm Detective Linden.
You hear about those kids stealing my gas?
No, I want to talk to you about Friday night, October 3rd. Did you have security cam footage of these pumps from that night?
You see a camera anywhere? I work that night. I work every night in this pit. Why? What do you want?
Maybe you remember a black sedan fill up. It would have been late, like after 1 a.m.
Yeah, I seen a black car. Why?
A black sedan, you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Took off. Run out of here in a hurry. Probably because of that girl.
Girl?
Yeah, the one who was screaming. I was doing inventory in the back when I hear, so I go up front to the pumps, and that's when I seen that black car flying out of here.
Did you see the driver?
Nah, he'd left cash in the box.
Why didn't you call the cops?
He paid. Why would I?
And you never saw the girl?
No. I gotta get back to work. I got orders to fill.
You were back here when you heard a scream, right?
Yeah,
So she could have been outside in the back, not at the pumps.
yeah. I'm gonna have to see all the receipts from that night. Three miles north there. That's Discovery Park.
He stopped for gas, and somehow she got out of the car and ran.
Then what?
She was wounded, scared. She panicked. Just wanted to get away from him.
She ran. It's a solid 3 miles to the park from here. That's why her foot was so cut up.
She was out here a long time then. Alone. Cold. Might have taken all night. He hunted her. Go ahead and gloat.
I didn't know about all this stuff in the papers. But despite it all, you hung in and did your job. And I respect that, Gwen.
How wonderful for me.
I know how it is to feel unappreciated. Like the person you do everything for takes that for granted. Gwen, I've known the guy for 10 years. He's a complicated guy.
Is that the word?
I know I've been a great asshole to you. But honestly, seeing you guys together for the last few months, you bring out the best of him.
I'm going home now.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to take a bath and get some sleep. And then I'm going to come back here for tonight's rally to do my job. I'm always good for that, right?
I'm on my way out. I just got a few last things.
Hey, Velko, listen. Don't go, okay? Mitch didn't mean what she said.
Yeah. Will you give this to Tommy, please? Told him he could have my old nightlight.
Hey, what I said at the wake. That was stupid. It was mean, it was untrue. You are family, and we need you right now. So please, stay.
Family? Look around. There's no family anymore. Everyone's gone.
Starting to get a tolerance for this, the single malt lunch.
Yeah, well, we won't have time for this after the new year.
It was the perfect rebuttal today. Pre-opening all-stars. Everything's working. Tonight's rally is just icing.
How'd it go with Gwen?
She's fine. You don't have to worry.
Good. I'll make it up to her after this is all over. What?
You got any skeletons I need to know about, Darren? Because that's my job. But I can't help you if newspapers and other people know more than I do.
Relax, please. There's nothing to worry about.
Okay.
Yo, where you been? Been looking for you.
Move everybody east to this fire road. Get the canines over here. Now.
Detective.
That's her shoe. Same one as we found on her body.
Bag it. Mark it as evidence.
Hey, you all right?
She ran into the field, but his car cut her off at the fire road, so she turned into the woods. If she just turned the other way and run west, she would have come up on lights on a neighborhood. If she'd just turned the other way, she would have made it. She would have lived. Thought I'd find you here, Councilman.
I'm busy. You chill yourself out.
I won't keep you. I was just curious. When the car was going into the lake and she was begging for her life, how'd that feel?
Get out.
Maybe you felt nothing at all. You fooled everybody. The integrity candidate. Bullshit. That's why Orpheus the Enchanter, a man incapable of loving anyone since his wife died.
What on
And he
earth
looked
do you
for
think
her
you're trying
everywhere,
to
in
do?
other women, other bodies, but none of them were Lily. None of them
Stop.
were her.
You
They
stop.
all look like
Don't
her,
talk
but
about
they're
her.
not. Is that why you killed her?
No, we're right! For 2 weeks, you've been trying to burn me! Burn this
to tell the
campaign!
whole world who
Ruin
you
me!
are,
And all the
sick
hard
you
work
are.
I've done now that I'm so close to things I have had to do!
Like what? Tell me. Tell me what you've done.
I did nothing to that girl. Nothing. Look at me. You know that I'm telling you the truth.
He said he needed to get away from the campaign. Just for a night. He got out of bed. He left. I waited for hours. It was close to morning. Dawn. When he came back. And he was wet. Soaking wet.
What do you mean?
Like he'd been in the water.
They tried to keep us down. They tried to derail us every step of the way, but here we are. When I look back over the last few months to this election, the one lesson, the most important lesson I've learned, I think that we've all learned, is the value of integrity.
I met Rosie 6 months ago at a campaign rally. His campaign advisor gave up the tape, also his alibi. She admitted she wasn't with him the night Rosie was killed.
You still got nothing concrete placing Richmond in the car that night.
Come on, his own girlfriend thinks he did it.
A man like this, you can't go off half-cocked, Sarah. You need a coffin nail.
I got the nail. You got the hammer. Security cam footage on Desolation Bridge caught Richmond making the crossing 3 a.m. Saturday morning. License plate numbers match the campaign car that Rosie's body was found in. We got him, boss.
It's a new day for Seattle, and we will make it happen together.
What the hell is he doing here? I don't know. Let's go. I can't speak right now. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks very much. Let's go.
You're under arrest for the murder of Rosie Larson.
Do we have to do this right here? This is a joke.
You're making a big mistake.
I'm thinking you can handle the paperwork.
Oh, so now I'm okay to work alone.
You're a pretty good cop holder. You're gonna make a passable detective. You want a tip? That mouth of yours? You don't have to say every thought that runs through your head.
Yeah, well, guess what I'm not saying now. So, get out of here.
the way I've been feeling. It's not good for the boys. They don't need me.
But I do. You didn't want any of this, I know. All this you didn't mean for it to happen. You know, for me, all this life, it's been better than I could have hoped for.
Every piece of this place hurts me.
Go clean up for the boys.
Can you give me my towel? I'm freezing. Malcolm!
You didn't tell him we were going.
I will.
You gotta tell him.
Jack, I will. Come on, we gotta go.
We can't just leave and pretend he doesn't exist.
I know he exists. I know he's your dad. I get it. You're going to see him again, I promise. But we gotta go, Jack. We're gonna miss this flight, and I don't have another $50 million to spare.
You don't have to get all emotional.
Hey, Stan.
Hey.
Hey, go get some plates real fast.
Oh my God, Stan, did you hear the news? Where's Mitch?
She left.
Jack, turn off your phone. Fasten your seatbelt.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We've been cleared for departure, so as soon as you can find your seat and get situated, we'll get you on your way. Just looking ahead here, folks, we may be in for somewhat of a bumpy flight, but we're going to do our best to make your journey with us as smooth as possible.
Lyndon here.
Detective Linden, this is Highway Patrol.
Yes?
About your requisition, the footage from the toll booth cameras on Desolation Bridge, we aren't able to fulfill the request for those photos.
What are you talking about? You already did. We have the footage.
That's not possible. The toll cameras on that bridge have been out of service.
I'm
sorry, ma'am.
Give me a minute. You're saying that no cameras at that toll booth were working that night?
None of the cameras have been working on that bridge since August.
Photo work. It's going down.